Hello, my name is Cindy Bennett and thank you for coming to this video. Today I'm going to be talking about math education. So how are we doing in the USA for math education? What do you think? Go ahead and post some comments below before I get started and see what comes to your mind when you just talk about math education. Well, first of all, I'd like to show you a little clip, and this is a clip that I found online. It doesn't take you long to find out some not so good news.
Parents have absolutely no idea how far behind their kids are.
The results of a test known as the Nation's Report Card showed scores in math dropped 9 points from 2020 and 14 points from 2012. In reading, the scores dropped 4 points from 2020 and 7 points from 2012. Barry Weiss owns Mathnasium in Sherman Oaks, and he saw the decline as children tried to learn from home during the pandemic.
It isn't like they're just behind in fractions or they're just behind in multiplication. It's just they've missed a year or two of school.
Shandy Kreitenberg says she was able to help her children but saw how difficult it was to keep up.
Because I work independently and from home, I was able to guide my children a little more, but I did see a lot of our social circle, our friends, people surrounding us, that the children really were struggling.
So according to that clip, if you look closely, you'll see that the scores for math overall in our country were going down before the pandemic. And yes, the pandemic really did do a number on the children's education, those who were in school. I think especially they were in school 5th grade and up, maybe not high school as much, because those kids may have learned how to do certain things before they graduated. I don't know, but I think it's mostly 5th and up. The pandemic really affected them. But I do believe that the math scores overall were headed downward before the pandemic even. And I just have some ideas about why that might be, and I would like to talk to them about them in future videos. But for today, I just want to talk about the importance of math in our students' lives. Now, we kind of know that math is important. I've heard a lot of comments like, well, I'm not good at math. I can't help my child in math. I'm never was good at math. A lot of times I hear negative comments from a lot of adults, and I believe that that kind of rubs off on the children, and then they kind of have the wrong idea. Maybe they can do it. Maybe their parents had a hard time with it, but maybe they can do it. So I think that as adults, we should probably watch what we say because my mother really wasn't that great at math, but she always encouraged me to do it. And she always said I could do whatever I put my mind to. And so even though it wasn't a gift for me to do math, it was something that I worked at. And so, yeah, I've been doing math ever since I was a little kid. I loved math. I always loved a challenge. And when I went into college, I decided I wanted to be a teacher, and so I chose math education for my major. And I did my 4 years. Of course, I did harder classes than I'll ever teach. Usually it seems like I get into teaching the junior high ages. But yeah, I've done calculus and differential equations and topology. That was interesting. And some other classes that I may not do those particular classes again, but I did enjoy the challenge and made it through, got my degree. And then I went into the classroom and I realized, most kids don't really like math. They really never told me that, although I did know that the amount of people, in math education was kind of a smaller number. But why am I here today? I am here to just point out the importance of math. Now, I've always been told the two most important classes are English and math. And we need math skills because we need to do problem solving. We need numbers. I tell my students, if you want to get a job, you're going to need to know how to count. If they're going to tell you you're going to make $17.52 per hour, my guess is after 20 hours, you're going to know exactly how much money you're going to get. Oh, yeah, but then there's tax deductions, Social Security, all that stuff. So there's a lot to know about numbers. And I don't know if there's one profession I can think of that you wouldn't have to use numbers for. Because you're going to get paid, right? Well, now it goes automatically into your bank account. You're not going to want to count that though, right? You're not going to want to make sure that they put the right amount of money into your bank account, right? Well, I'm sort of talking to parents here. I'm talking to parents who have students, and I would like to reach out to parents, especially homeschool families, and ask you, how is your math program going? Do you need any help? What are your ideas for help? You know, I would like to interview at least 20 homeschool families, maybe from all over the country, that can help me to just pinpoint what types of help parents might need. I'm hoping in the next few months to put up some videos to point out the need that parents have to be involved in their children's education. I don't think we can rely anymore on just, putting the kids on a bus and expecting everything to happen magically at the school. I think that parents need to be equipped to understand that if you want your children to learn skills in math especially, then you will have to help. And I would like to give you some of those tools to help you with your child and their math background. Now, I look back on myself. I had a really great math background. I enjoyed it, but I also had really great teachers. I had excited teachers. I had teachers that taught the fundamentals, and I really feel that I had a really great upbringing in my math skills. But I've seen that there's a lot of times, maybe number one, parents don't know what kids need to learn as the fundamentals. How can we make sure that they are prepared for the best future possible in their math skills? Or maybe they think that their child can't do certain things. Or maybe your child learns differently and you need some help. Or sometimes it's just hard, parent to kid, parent to child. And so I would like to reach out to you. I'm going to post a link below, and I hope that you would click on that link and fill out my survey. I'm only going to ask one question. Can I interview you? And this would be free just to help me out to talk to you about your homeschool journey in the math education realm. So I hope I will hear from you, and thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you will look forward to more videos on how can I help my child as a homeschool parent with their math education. If you don't homeschool, some of these tips would work for you as well. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.